Welcome to the Third Degree Masonic Podcast, where we are always on the level. We're your hosts. I'm Brother Samuel.
I'm Brother Gabriel.
And I'm Brother Ryan.
And we're just a bunch of Masons trying to find our place in this fraternity. Welcome back, craftsmen. We hope you enjoyed that amazing interview with Brother Rod Miller. I know I enjoyed it because I wasn't actually there to take part in the interview, so I actually got to edit something and not know what was coming down the pipe. So
that was a really good interview.
It was really good.
I'm
glad that you liked it while editing it.
And I'm really looking forward to sitting down and unpacking that. But first, some updated news for all of our craftsmen.
Breaking news.
So updated news that both Brother Ryan and Brother Gabriel don't know this.
Oh, Lord.
So, craftsmen, we have been working with our partner MasonGearShop.com for the last year or so now. Unfortunately, it is sad to say that they are going out of business.
What?
Yes.
Oh, damn it. I wanted a hat from them for my birthday.
That's what I'm here to say. You have a couple more weeks to put in an order if you would like anything from our shop or theirs. Everything is available until
everything must go.
Everything must go. And if you are interested in purchasing their business and you are in the San Diego area, reach out to them. Other than that, craftsmen, how are things going, guys?
So, you know that scene from The Green Mile where John Coffey looks at
I'm
Tom Hanks?
Boss.
Yes. And he goes,
tired, boss.
I'm tired, boss. That's how it's going right now.
Yeah.
That's how the entirety of my life is going right now.
I feel that. Why don't you talk about it a little bit, Gabe?
Well, do we want to talk about the inefficiencies of government work? That's not our fault. It's just that's the way government functions. Or do we want to talk about just being so underpowered in manpower strength that it just causes everyone to have to work themselves to the bone? Or do we want to talk about the fact that infrastructure doesn't just stay good forever? It's something that requires constant maintenance. Otherwise, it fails catastrophically. It's not just something you can forget about.
For those of you that don't know, Brother Gabriel spent the entire last weekend first dealing with a bunch of garbage cans because they're changing garbage companies in his town. How many garbage cans?
I've handled, personally, I have touched about 3,000 out of the 5,000. No, maybe around like the 2,300 can range I've handled out of the 48 to 5,200 trash cans.
And then on top of that, you had 2 transformers blow in your town. Mm-hmm. So then you had to deal with that catastrophic emergency. And then as soon as that was done,
we had a massive water main break.
So you pretty much spent the entire weekend keeping the town afloat.
Yeah, well, because the entire week prior to that was all overtime. Oh, haha, very funny. I see what you did there with that joke. Because the entire week beforehand had been overtime with keeping up with mowing and putting trash cans out.
Because here in Ohio, we've gotten 3 times the amount of rain that we got last year.
Which is weird because we've gotten a lot of rain this spring, except for right now. So everything's dry and dusty again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This summer is going to suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on top of that, how are things going with you, Ryan?
You know that movie Holes? And it's the
I thought you were just gonna do my quote again. You're gonna be like,
and she goes, "I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Well, that's too damn bad." That's pretty much how my life's going.
Oh, too. Okay, all right, I'm listening.
Homeowner stuff. Still trying to get through that and whatnot. Work has become incredibly busy because now all of our customers that we've had sign contracts that we've been waiting on them to fulfill the orders, it's like, oh, hey, we're now ready. And I think last week we had, out of our 20-man crew at shop, about 9 of them out in the field. And then this week we have about 5. And next week we have about 6 or 7, I think. Now, no, the guys that were taken out to the shop, or from the shop to the field, are also the guys that are building the frickin' product that needs to go out to the field. So just trying to get that, and then trying to just on the front end of the office detailing engineering, all that stuff is just draining.
Jesus.
And then, as you know, Brother Sam, we had the homecoming.
Oh, we'll get into that.
Yeah, which, from what I heard from you and Brother Ben, is that was a lot of fun.
We'll get into that. We're gonna unpack that fun weekend.
But yeah, just kind of doing that. It's just so much.
If only every one of these people were all Masons. That way the world would just run better because we'd be controlling everything like everyone thinks we do anyway.
Oh, we have a fun story about that too.
Oh, great. I can't wait for all the fun stories because I've been gone. I haven't been at Lodge, I think. Well, this most recent stated meeting I missed because I was busy, and I think I missed the homecoming that we were participating in as a lodge because I got mandated for overtime. And I think I missed something else because I was at drill, and I think I was sick, another lodge event. I've been pretty absent from Masonry the last few weeks.
Which reminds me, I got to get with you after the podcast to give you an updated schedule and awesome stuff. So
awesome.
But besides that, because you gave a quote, I gave a quote, I'm really interested in hearing what Sam's quote is and how his life's been.
All right, this is when we mute the...
Well, you know that movie Spider-Man where Uncle Ben says, with great power comes great responsibility? I want to be Uncle Ben.
Oh my Lord.
And I'm tired of both power and responsibility.
You didn't want to do the He-Man thing where I have the power. He-Man.
I'm good. I'm a hard pass. I'm more like Skeletor these days, if I'm being honest.
Listen, I don't know what the problem is. You had a few days off, and it sounds like you're going into another 8-day working
In a
swing.
row.
Yeah.
So let me tell you how my week is going.
Wah, cry me a water main break.
Oh,
That's what I'm going to start saying now at work.
Listen, I'll
Listen,
start flushing stuff down that
I'm
should
about-
not be
I'm
flushed out.
I may not have had the rough week you had being on vacation, but I can tell you this much. My butthole puckered up a little bit a couple times this week. So, as everybody knows, I'm an avid motorcyclist. I spent my first day of my vacation riding. I was like, I'm going to jump on this bike and I'm not stopping until the end of the day. And then I'm going to ride every day this week to get in for all the time I didn't for all the rain we've had. Well, I was coming home in the dark on 795 and my entire dashboard shut down and my headlight went out in the dark. And where we live, it's just complete darkness. There's nothing. So I literally rode home in the dark with
my old friend.
I have no idea what's in front of me. I just know the road.
Just the hum of your engine.
Oh, it was terrifying.
You could have just gotten your flashlight out and just taped it to the front.
I thought about putting it in my mouth and just like... So that's going to be about, a $2,000 fix on that. That's going to be great. I'm
It's
really
not just
excited.
a fuse or a wiring
It's
problem or something.
probably my voltage regulator and my stator. That's great. Yeah, it's going to be great. So yeah, that was pretty terrifying. So all the days I said I was going to ride to all these things that I had to go to, I haven't ridden since last Wednesday, and I'm not going to get to ride again for probably 3 or 4 more
I
weeks.
wondered why I didn't see you riding to homecoming. I was like, this is a perfect fucking day.
It is. It really was, and I was upset. So other than the homecoming, that was a blast. It has all been wedding prep. I drove all the way to Fremont today to drop off a check to the person who's going to be doing our limousine, to then have to drive all the way to Toledo to drop off a check to the caterers, to then I have just been gophering. My back hurts from my car.
Bougie.
Yeah.
Get a limo for your wedding.
Well,
Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis Presley has left the building.
Oh my God. So, yeah, and then I get to go right back into work, which I'm told that things are running very, very hot right now because we're saying, super smooth. So anyways, down with how sad our lives are. How about masonry, guys? Let's talk first. Let's talk about
I thought you wanted to talk about something lighter.
Oh,
at
God.
dinner. Oh.
let's talk about homecoming. So for those of you that don't know, Craftsman, once again, we have a small festival, and by small festival, we call it the World's Fair here, called Homecoming. I don't really understand why we do it this time of year. I don't know the history of it, but in our small little town, it turns into Carnival. In downtown Genoa, we have the parade with everything from the local majorettes and the high school band to the local Democrat and Republican parties right next to each other. That was pretty great. That was pretty fun to watch them argue. To like the local bank, the farmers come out on their tractors. It's great. I mean, it's so much fun. You know, we have all rides and food and whatever, and then we have the beer tent, you know. But unfortunately, most people don't know that this event is run entirely by volunteers. In the last few years, there have been 0 volunteers.
Yeah, so
we stepped in.
To give you a little update, why we do, or why Genoa does homecoming at this time.
Just why Genoa?
Yeah, why Genoa?
Right.
I don't know everything. The head person, Leanne, told me a little bit, but you know where headquarters was, Sam?
Yeah.
And there was that building right there.
Yeah,
that was the old check-in and check-out building. So
right.
when troops would go to get on the bus to go to wherever they need to go, they would go there and say, I'm so-and-so, I'm checking in, and they would be shipped off. And then when they come back, they would go
check
to that.
There too.
Yep. And homecoming comes from, hey, when the troops were coming home. And it was always a big festival in the sense of, hey, they're parading through town on their Humvees, all that stuff and whatnot. The troops are coming home, and now it became this giant festival, and it's just like a celebration pretty much for Genoa still standing and stuff.
Yeah. 250 years at this point, if I remember reading that correctly.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because, like I said, we have recently ingrained ourselves in the local civics community to go get out there. And I'm pretty sure there were a lot of volunteers, but I think we made up probably 50% of it.
Yes. And talking to Leanne when she asked me way long ago, hey, do you guys have any members that could help out? I was like, yeah, let me get my feelers out and let me see who's available. And I came back and I was like, I got 7 guys. And she was like, you have how many? I was like, 7 guys that I can. And she's like, could you work the beer tent? I was like, yeah, just tell us what you
want.
Yeah, and they loved us, from helping direct the parade to cleaning up to setting up to doing the ticketing and ID checks, everything. And it was work, but talking to the brothers present, it was just kind of hanging out with your bros.
It was fun.
And
It's
bullshit.
nice doing work. Like, work is kind of a strong word, because you do get to do some fun stuff. You do get to some beer tent tickets. You do get to mingle with people, have some nice fair food and everything. So work isn't necessarily the right word, but it is nice to do.
And somebody has to make sure
activities with your brothers.
Somebody has to make sure that the underage kids aren't breaking into the beer tent. Okay, and that's what we did. We stood at the gate and we said, "You shall not pass. Do you have your ID? Then you will not go."
And it was just a lot of fun.
Great save there to keep us from getting copyright strikes.
But like one of the best things was, I think it was on Saturday when like all 7 of us like showed up, and I was like, guys, I only need 2 of us. Like, what the hell are we doing? But I learned a story about some brothers present that used to work at Bar Louie, and they used to do stuff with pickles and onion rings and stuff. Nothing inappropriate, but just like sticking pickles to one of the backs of the workers. And it was funny because we had wristbands that had a little stickiness on one side. So I made a game without talking to anyone else that, how many wristbands can I put on Ricky's back before he notices? So I start doing this, and Cy sees it, and he's like, hey, Ricky, you should tell Ryan about the pickle story. And I was like, what the fuck is a pickle story? And we started talking, and then like I think we got like 7 or 8. And he finally caught on, and he was like, oh, you sons of bitches.
I want you to know it was really funny because Ben and I were standing at the end of the thing, checking IDs. He went to go to one of the Porta-Johns, and we saw that she just looked like he had tassels on his hood. And we looked at him, and we both looked at each other and started laughing.
Yes.
I was like.
So if you see Brother Staler out in the wild, ask them how the pickles are.
Yeah, right. But I mean, it was
the pickles.
it was just kind of great because we
If a random stranger asked me on the street,
the pickles. Are.
yeah, like
But
I'm
just
not
think how
Ricky,
funny
but
that is.
like if a random stranger came up to me and asked me how the pickles are or how the pickle story is, I would probably
Say, ask your wife.
whoa,
Wow.
whoa.
Oh my Lord.
No, I would. Well, now that might be what I'd say as a joke.
Right.
I might be like, I'm gonna call the cops. What's wrong with you?
No, but to be honest, like if someone came up to me, I'm like,
Hello,
what
who are you?
secret society are you trying to get me a part of? I'm already a Freemason. What pickle society am I joining?
I joked
Can we do the pickle degree?
we could make one.
We can make a pickle degree.
I want you to know, though, I thought it was really funny because I was telling, fun fact, there's another guy from my motorcycle club that wants to join Masonry. And we were talking about it, and he's like, yeah, once things slow down in my life, I'd love to jump,
Good luck.
it's something I've always wanted to do. And I said, I would just love to be in another secret society with you. Because what's one more, That's what it feels like. It just feels like, you're just sharing with your buddies.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know. It was, homecoming was so much fun. I love doing that every year. I love because you both are both transients or like imports. I don't know. That's probably.
I was like, what the fuck?
I was looking at it a little weird too. Like, what did you just call me?
Transients.
I think he's having a stroke. Are you smelling toast?
I smell toast. Anyway, you both aren't originally from Genoa, but you don't understand. Transfers. Okay. All right.
You're both trans, Genoa.
But anyway,
That's good.
you don't understand. I'm not editing any of this. It's staying. But
Okay.
you grow up with this homecoming festival, right? When you're a little kid, you go to, you ride all the rides, you spend all of your mom and dad's money.
Sorry, he's still laughing at trends.
No, I was laughing at something else, but
It's interesting now to be an adult, and now I'm working at this event. And I always said, I always had this thought when I was a kid, like, I want to work at this parade. I thought I wanted to be a carny, but like really, I just wanted to be a volunteer at the beer tent. Sometimes.
So it's actually funny you say that because growing up, obviously I'm not from around the area. I grew up in Rossford, Perrysburg Township place. And every year at the local church, All Saints, where I went to school for elementary and junior high, they would have their summer festival.
Right.
And my mom and dad always worked a booth called the Money Tree. Not going to get into it. But growing up, it was always just something we did every summer. And I just never thought about, and I would just walk around and stuff because back then I didn't have friends, so I didn't really hang out with anyone and work it and whatnot.
isn't that still the case?
He pays for dad.
Yeah. And that's coming out of your $50 weekly check now. But like working at the homecoming, I was sitting there and I was thinking, I was like, holy shit, I'm kind of back where I started when I was young. I'm at a festival working it again. And especially now with my brothers like right next to me and my wife and all of our friends, it's like, this is fun. This is what I look forward to. And it made me think of our next volunteering event, Bike to the Bay. And I'm like, I'm so looking forward to that because I know we're all going to be there and we're all going to be joking the shit up and whatnot. And it's for a good cause.
To reference a joke that was made in our last interview with Brother Rod Miller, when you were going all esoteric about where you were as a kid and where you are now and everything, I'm just thinking of that scene in Avatar where they're praying to the tree and they've all got their hands on each other's shoulders and they're swaying back and forth and going, oh.
Great.
That's what's going on.
God.
I can all tell we're just really tired.
Yeah, we're just tired. But I will tell you the one thing, this is how I knew I was getting older. I'm standing there at the beer tent and I'm watching these kids walk up to the thing and like text their parents or call their parents, and then their parents come out, give them money, and then they would walk away. And all I could think was, I'm like, well, this is stupid. And they go, why? I said, when I was a kid, you had to walk up to this fence because the kids can't go into the beer tent, and you had to hope that your parents made eye contact with you and saw you standing out there like a lost pound puppy.
The good old days.
And then brought you money. You could be standing out there for 10, 15 minutes before somebody even acknowledged you existed.
Sam, do you want to hear something that's going to make you feel really old?
I'm already old.
Well, make you feel older.
I got something too.
An 18-year-old now, do you know what their first Star Wars experience when they were 11 was?
What?
The first season of Mandalorian.
Oh, thank you for that. I thought it was when I was checking IDs and it said that 2005 was the drinking cutting off for the drinking age.
So funny you mentioned that, because on Friday, it was either Friday or Thursday, we had a guy come up and he's like, God, yeah, I haven't been ID'd since I went to the gas station. And we're like, yeah, we're just IDing everyone. And he goes, well, at least you guys aren't going to say what the clerk said to me. And I was like, what do you mean? And he goes, well, she looked at it for like 2 seconds and went, oh, you're 19s, baby, you're good. And it's like,
19s, baby.
Oh, that's painful.
Yeah.
That
like,
hurts.
Oh, that's no.
I knew it was getting bad when I walked into Menards and they were playing Nickelback and Creed. And I just remember they used to play the Eagles all the time. And I'm like, oh, we're the old generation that catered to now. But anyway.
I'm glad that it went well. I wish I could have been there, but
it was a lot of fun. And it was great too, because we had our latest now fully fledged fellow craft with us, and we're kind of showing him the ropes of what we do. I think for the first time in a long time, it was nice to be able to show the lodge's culture, to explain, like, this is what we do. This is what we're about. This is what we love doing as a lodge together. And him being very receptive to that and being like, oh, this was really cool. It was really nice to be doing all this and to get to know all the police officers. I mean, the chief of police was hanging out with us the whole time.
Shoot jokes with us and stuff.
Jokes.
Should have had a few petitions.
Yeah, nobody asked us about that, but we did have one cop I was with at the parade that we were just making conspiracy theory jokes the whole time. And he's like, oh, so, do you guys have a goat that's going to be in the parade? And like, joke like that. He was really funny. I was like, no, he's on loan right now. Not to be mean to our cops, but I was like, do you guys have a pig that rides around with you? Like, we were just like joking back and forth. It was pretty great. And then the fire department would drive by and he would flip them off. It was great. It was so much fun. And then the fire department's giving him, hand gestures back. It was,
inter service rivalry.
It was great. I'm like, well, where are we going to put the fire trucks? He goes, in the landfill. It was great. But you could tell everybody was having a good time except the parents dropping off kids for the parade. They
think they're privileged and
special.
Yeah,
it was great. That's why they put the two mean bikers at the exit gate so nobody could drive through. And we're just like, you're not coming through here.
When Leanne was telling me, like, hey, we need people that are able to stand their ground and be mean. I was like, I got the two perfect brothers for you.
No problem. We like to be jerks. It's fun. So,
only to people who deserve it.
Yeah. You really deserve a lot then, don't you?
Wow.
So, anyways, coming back to it, everything with Lodge, everything is going good there. We've had a pretty steady uptick in people showing up. We've been doing those education events. We got the brother Dan Slavin here. Winner, chicken dinner.
He's a regular.
Used to be on dinner.
Yep, he's an official member. He actually listened to our last episode about Brother Rod Miller, so we're going someplace with this podcast.
Oh, you've made it if Dan Slavin is listening.
Dan Slavin is listening to our podcast. So we have
the future Grand Master of United States Freemasonry. Not just Ohio Grand Master.
I love it.
There's going to be a new American
international.
International.
He's going to start it.
I'm sure he will.
Jeez, oh Pete.
He'll get 102% of the vote.
Yeah, exactly. But overall, I don't know. I think just lodge-wise, things have been going really, really good. I mean, as kind of crappy as our lives have been, at least masonry's been a shining beacon.
For the third time, we had to say that. Thanks.
I will say one thing that like kind of made me. I like just listening to random videos throughout my work, kind of just doom scrolling through YouTube shorts and stuff, and someone was talking about like, you know, I really want to change my life. I really want to become successful, and they're like, well, try doing 1%. And they're like, well, what do you mean by that? And it's every day or every week, just do 1% better. Yeah. And I kind of like thought about that, and I thought about our lodge and like how when we first started renovating and we started traveling, and all these other brothers from other lodges were like, man, I wish my lodge would do what you guys are doing. Like, you guys are doing great. And it's like, just do 1%. Just, hey, you know what? Let's volunteer at the soup kitchen, or let's just kind of see if a brother needs some help around his yard or something. Or, you know what? Like, yes, I know you need a lot of help that we cannot supply. Mentally, we cannot help you. We're all in the same boat, brother.
Well, you can come help me with my yard then.
And I think though too, I think it's always easier to look out and see what other people are doing that you think they're doing better than you, and you forget that there's people that would kill to be in your shoes and to be in the situation that we're in right now. Like, lodge-wise.
Perspective is a very good thing. It's good. It's good because that's a lot of the time what causes complacency is you stay with what's comfortable, you stay with what you know, like, and then you don't get perspective,
right?
And you just stay the way things are.
Right.
Like, you don't always have to change too much. Like, every third week, you don't have to change your hair color or shave your head completely or something. But it's good to. It's good to not be stagnant.
Right? Like, one thing that I remember that I started doing when I was senior steward 2-3 years ago, when I was still new to Genoa, and we would always go to Ray's across the street for dinner and stuff, and there wasn't a huge turnout. There would always be like 3 or 4 brothers because not everyone has the money. And I started thinking, like, you know what, I'm gonna start looking up crock pot meal recipes. And so every stage meeting I would bring a dinner, and I would be like, hey brothers, take whatever you want. And then all of a sudden we started noticing it's not 4 brothers coming before the meeting. Now it's 5, 6, 7, 8. And now
the best type of food is free food.
I mean, yeah, and home cooked free food.
Exactly.
Well, so that's like that night that I texted everybody that day. I had a random day off. I went to Myers and I was like, "Yo, I'm making Swedish meatballs and noodles. Show up at 6. Dinner is served." And just people started coming out of the woodwork. I'm like, okay.
And like we became this like actual brotherhood that we're now shooting jokes during state meetings. We're having a good time. We're volunteering. So I guess my message to anyone listening is, if you're afraid, just start cooking.
Just try.
Well, also from a standpoint of just how the cycle of life works. Sam, you're the oldest of the 3 of us here, but you're not too much older than us.
No, not really.
And Ryan, you and I are very close in age. Am I older than you? Oh, yeah, you're 1 year older than me. So we're all entering a kind of phase in our life where we are starting to become more comfortable with who we are as people. We're becoming more comfortable in what we do for work. We're being more comfortable in the friends that we've had for the last 10 years are still our friends now, and they're going to be our friends for the rest of our life. And we're confident of that. We're comfortable in that.
Yeah.
We are reaching we're not out of the struggles yet. Life struggles never end, but you're starting to get out of the like really desperate, this sucks struggles. And you're starting to get into a little bit of comfortability. It's still a slog. It still doesn't feel good, but you're getting there.
That makes sense.
The whole 1% thing, a little bit extra 1% closer to your goal every day,
and I think
means eventually you will get to your goal.
I think it helps to, I think this year, I don't know why, unlike any other year, but this year I feel like our officers line has just like clicked.
Yes.
I feel like everybody is working together as a cohesive unit, and everything is, I don't know if the communication has gotten a little better with, our meetings are done in like an hour.
Yeah.
And we get everything done.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. And then people are actually hanging out. Dan was here last night with Doug Hobegger until like 11:30.
Oh, Doug Hobegger's back from Florida?
He's back from Florida. So, and then Ricky and I were hanging out, just, sitting in the East, chit-chatting. Like, people are, we went to dinner. Me, Christian, and Mark and Ben went to Ray's earlier in the day because you weren't off yet. But,
yeah.
I mean, it's just like, I feel like we're all clicking.
Well, it's no Dan Slavin, but a close second. We have the Mark Allred.
The Big Cheese.
The Big Cheese, Mark.
Mark Allred.
So we got Dan Slavin and the Big Cheese, Mark Allred. I mean, the only thing better would be, oh, wait, we have the Charlie Murphy.
The Charles R. Murphy.
So we got three giant names.
Esquire.
Really, the Grand Lodge of the United States is just going to be Genoa.
Right. That's it. It's all three of those.
Hey, we're in Ohio, the heartbeat of the United States. And Genoa's kind of in the center of Ohio, like center of the northern part of Ohio.
Oh my God.
So we're the center heartbeat of the United States, meaning this is where Grand Lodge of the United States gets to be.
And with that, Craftsman, I hope you enjoyed this.
This will be the last episode as we get shut down at a Grand Lodge of Ohio.
They shut us down, but sorry, Craftsman. I know this was kind of a hodgepodge, crazy episode. We are, like I said, we're all coming down from no sleep, but we do have some awesome projects in the work. I've got a couple of episodes on the Entered Apprentice degree, and we're going to be working with a couple of other podcast groups that we haven't worked with before, and we are going to have our episode of, I guess, Stranger Things meets Masonry. I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be fun. Not serious at all. It's just going to be fun. But
we've come here to make brotherhood and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum.
So, one last question for both of you.
Yes.
And then we can end the episode, and even the listeners, but unfortunately they're going to hear the answer before they're able to answer, is how do successful people stay successful?
Ooh.
It's a really simple answer that
I was going to give a joke answer, but I don't.
More than what, I mean, we're joking this whole podcast, so.
Well, NGOs and political favors.
Jesus. Okay, you're done. Anything from you, Sam?
I think it not be like, because they don't ever think you're successful. You never stop trying to be successful.
I like that.
Good one.
The answer to the question that I heard from one of the YouTube shorts is by staying busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Successful people are always busy, and they stay busy. They never have time to just fall back and relax because they're constantly working on themselves, constantly working on others, constantly working on whatever project they're doing.
That explains why I'm so tired.
Yeah, I'm so tired, but where's my success?
I mean, you're both still alive. You both have good paying jobs. You both have a loving wife sometimes. And you also have brothers that love you and that will do anything for you. So by definition, you are successful, just not in the way you're thinking.
That's fair. And I'm that, yeah, I was going to say,
mind blown.
I'm just questioning whether or not mine loves me right now. She's pretty mad at me earlier today, so we'll see. We'll see. I almost spent money on a new motorcycle, but, mania. It's great. Anyways, Craftsman, once again, sorry for this kind of all over the place episode. That's kind of where we are in our life right now, but we've got some really fun stuff coming for you next month. We hope you enjoy.
Yeah.
And remember, Craftsman,
keep your working tools in order.
And always be
on the level.
Thank you.
The views and opinions expressed on this podcast do not reflect those of the Grand Lodge of Ohio, its officers, or any of its jurisdictions. They only reflect those of the hosts or guests.